All right, good morning, everyone. It is 9:05 in the morning of October the 14th, 2021, and this is my trading strategy session for today. So, first up, we have TSM. TSM just announced earnings, had a small upside surprise of 3.48% or 4 cents per share. It was a good report. They beat. It wasn't a big beat or anything, but they announced I guess what do you call it, a venture, or they're going to build a semiconductor plant in Japan. This is a Taiwanese company, and it's upbeat on that. For whatever reason, there's this whole chip thing going on, and plus China's aggression toward Taiwan. People are pretty happy to hear that they're going to diversify their geography, I guess you could say. So, what happens with this thing exactly today? I don't know, but I know how I'm going to trade it. I'll watch the open, where it opens, dip below, and the run back up past its open will be a trade. Then if it goes all the way down to the 61.8 or the 50% fib, then I'll look to enter into a trade there. Same thing with the dip below. If it dips below the 75% level, then and runs back up above the 75% level, then I'll trade that too. Sort of the same way I would trade the open if it dips below and then runs back up above the open. Okay, next up, GRVI. So this is a small cap that has announced an Amazon storefront, I guess you'd call it. Let's see, Grove rolls out Upexi, its Amazon aggregation division, shares jump. A cannabis and wellness company said Thursday it has rolled out Upexi, a division dedicated to acquiring and scaling promising Amazon and e-commerce businesses. With the launch, the company plans to enter the Amazon aggregation market, presenting itself as a suitor to which prospective business owners may sell, the company said. Shares rose more than 40%. Okay, so right now it's up 56.09%. I put a Fibonacci on this morning, and what I did is I just essentially took the closing price from yesterday and used that as the base of my Fibonacci, and then doubled the closing price. And so $5.02 is the closing price from yesterday. $10.02 is the top end of the Fibonacci, and so then you have a couple. It's been doing a decent job of respecting these Fibonacci's here. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. This is something new for me. This is a new thing for me to try out. Next up is NRXP. Let's see my notes. NRXP. Oh yeah, published positive trial of Viptadil. It's a COVID-19 type thing. The level 2 on NRXP just really isn't moving at all. Let me pull it back up here. I pulled it down for a minute. NRXP. I mean, it has done a decent. It's traded 5 million shares pre-market, but the level 2 just really isn't moving at all. Just really slow. So I mean, it's on watch. Let's see, NRXP. Let me pull up the. Has a 20 million share float. So I don't know. I mean, I don't see a heck of a lot going on there. You can see here on the right, I've only put TSM, GRVI, and NRXP up for sort of the new watch. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I have here on the right on watch. JSPR, in case it gets continuation from its move yesterday, I have a couple of alarms on it at yesterday's close and then at its previous high. I mean, if it doesn't catch my attention by that point, then I don't really need this 1824 alarm up there, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there anyway. If it gets continuation, it has the power to keep pushing higher, then I'll trade it. Okay, HUSN, this is kind of just meh. Small cap financials. So the small cap area is a good place to be in the economic sort of forecast that we have. So it's just something I'm looking at. AFRM, I still have options on AFRM expired. They expired on the 21st of January. The strike is 140. I bought them back here down when the stock was at 105. I'm deep in the money on these things, and it's really nice. I'm just going to let it run and see how far it can run. Apps, I just started getting into some options yesterday on apps. In fact, I only bought one. And it looks like, today it's getting a little bit of a bump up here. It'll open up higher. Let's see how it does with this gap up. My guess is it'll come down, close the gap, and then continue higher today. That's just a guess. B&O. Now, B&O, I let B&O shake me off back here on the 12th of October. Yeah, it was the 12th of October. I had 7 contracts on B&O, expiration the 21st of January, strike $21, and then I also had 2 that were $24. So I am looking for a close above 22.23 to start getting back into B&O. It got here this 21.98 level and failed, which I really don't like to see. I don't like to see when an equity or anything that's traded breaks through a level of resistance. I don't want to see it come back down through it again. Well, it just kind of looks to me like it was just a pullback now. In retrospect, I mean, it's obvious it was just a pullback. However, for right now, I'm sitting tight with it. I might get into some shares today. It depends on how this price action behaves. If it comes down and goes below 22.23 and then comes right back above again, then I will make a trade on it probably. The dollar. So the dollar is supposed to be weakening. The risk range went up. The risk range, the high end of the risk range now is 94.53. And the low end of the risk range went up a little bit to 92.84. So the jury is still out. It's my opinion that the dollar starts breaking down from here and breaks down into the next couple of quarters. But that doesn't mean I'm right. It could just kind of start popping back up again, which would be tough on the commodities and the oil and silver and so forth. Okay, Tata Motors. So Tata Motors is pulling back today. If it opened up right now, it would open up at negative 3.1% from yesterday's close. This is one that I'm just keeping an eye on. I want to see what it does. It went parabolic here. You can see, the stock price just shot up here. And it actually, I had this $34.20 price marked off just from past price activity. Right over here, just pulling peaks off, and that's where it stopped yesterday. It hit resistance right there at 34.20. So a little bump, and then we'll see how far it pulls back, and then see where people start to enter it again. My guess it'll be somewhere around 28, 29. Okay, then let's see what's next. TSRI. This is another small cap momentum play this morning. TSRI. Let me pull it up on the level 2 here. It's traded 600,000 shares pre-market, and its news is posted earnings. This is an interesting one. Let me see what I have in my notes. Okay, just an earnings beat. It's a small cap. I always like to see a small cap that can, it can actually make money. Well, so many small caps. Revenues are good. Revenues 68 million, 59 million, 63 million, 64 million. They're good revenues. And once it can figure out how to consistently turn earnings per share, this thing could do really well. And it's got a history here of popping up. Of course, pops up here, for example, on the 2nd of September, as high as 1672, comes back and closes at, $12, $13, So it's a small cap, history of popping up and then just kind of crashing back down again. It's on watch. It's really far down on the list, but if it starts hitting the scanner, then at least I have it up on a chart already. All right. Then MRIN, looking for a technical move on MRIN, was looking to average into this thing, and I haven't paid enough attention to it. I was looking for 759. I don't know if I'll be able to get that or not. But yeah, just kind of looking for this thing to pull back. It's kind of acting like it doesn't really want to pull all the way back to this 25% area that I like to use. So we'll see how that goes. And then MRNA. Just keeping an eye on. I want to short MRNA, but it won't be smart to short MRNA going into a bullish period in the market. So I'm just keeping an eye on this thing for the time being. All right, everybody, that is my pre-market strategy session. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.